Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Gonna have a crossout video for us today, guys. Now in today's video we are going to be testing out the CHARONs or the CHARONs or the CHARON. I don't know how to pronounce this weapon, I do apologize. But yeah, we're gonna be trying them out in about 5 or 6 PvP games just to see if they are any good. Now for a brief overview of the weapon, they are basically legendary scorpions, but I've got a bit of a how to say, difficulty kind of figuring out how I should play these weapons because obviously they're legendary scorpions, so you would think to play them like scorpions and be shooting at essentially generators and weapons and such, because that's what scorpions excel at shooting at, because they deal all their damage in a single point. Problem with the CHARONs is that they deal significantly less damage than a scorpion. So a CHARON's base without any buffs I think does 400 damage a shot, and a scorpion's is like 560, so you're losing out on, what's that, 25%, over 25% damage by going from a scorpion down to a CHARON, which is a big old chunk. And they don't have as much pen, they only got 80% penetration, so I'm not entirely sure to treat them like a scorpion. Plus, the perk of the CHARON basically means that after 2 hits at 80 meters, your third hit is going to deal an AoE damage effect to the cabins within the area of where you hit, essentially. So say if you hit one guy and he's got 2 teammates next to him, you're going to get a big bubble and it's going to damage the cabins within that AoE. Now, the problem with that is that scorpions don't shoot at cabins. Scorpions are meant to shoot at, like I said, weapons and generators and movement parts and stuff like that. That's where they excel. So if I play a CHARON like I do a Scorp, then I'm going to be shooting the guy's guns and his frames, and then my perk will occasionally damage his cabin, which I'm not aiming for anyway, which is just wasted damage essentially. And I'm doing 25% less damage on these weapons than with a Scorp. And then on the flip side, okay, maybe you don't play it like a Scorpion. Maybe I should play it like a cabin weapon, because that's what a perk does. The perk does cabin damage, so if I shoot at the enemy's cabin, then it's going to whittle that down. Problem with that is that they only do 400 damage a shot. If I try to cab a heavy build in this thing, it's going to take all day. So on paper, I don't know how to play these weapons. We're going to try out in PvP. We'll try out like one game of trying to cab the enemy, one game of playing it like a regular Scorpion where we shoot at frames and guns, and then just see which one is better, basically. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. We're going to jump into the PvP games now. Like I said, 5 or 6 as per usual, and see how good the CHARONs do. Okay, first games in the CHARON. By the way, that is how I'm going to be pronouncing them for the rest of the video, because I don't know how to say it. It's probably like CHARON or something, but I'm just going to say a CHARON for the rest of this video. But yeah, we're going to use this as a bit of a fact-finding mission, because for those who've played Scorpions will know that basically you shoot at weapons, generators, and movement parts and frames and stuff in Scorpions. But the CHARON's perk, at least, encourages you to shoot at cabin, which is obviously quite counterproductive. So we don't know what to shoot in this at the moment, so I'm just going to try to cab people to make use of the perk, and then see where we go from there. But our perk is also to stay as far away from people as we can, so... Oh, that perk did really well then, to be fair, because it all blobbed up. That was pretty cool. Oh, these are on fuse, by the way, in case I forgot to say. Okay. So, well, good job, M&A. You are doing all of the work for us, so we can do our damage. That was a terrible shot, though. That was actually on his gen, but the guns have so little damage, it didn't pop him. Scorpion would have popped him. Okay. Alright, first game went fine, I suppose. That one shot we had where we stacked all the perk damage was pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna continue. We're gonna do. Actually, we're gonna switch it up. One game we're gonna try and cab people. Oh god, that's it. Artillery go. One game we're gonna try to cab people, and then the very next game we're gonna try and use it like a normal Scorpion, whereby we shoot at weapons and such. What the hell happened there? dogs in my life. What is going on? The guy's just throwing... I can't say I would on YouTube video, but okay. Okay. We're gonna accelerate any second now. Oh yeah, because so in case anyone's wondering, the damage on CHARONs is 460 with a what's it called? A Jackie. That's pretty low. Yes, team, come. That's an army, okay. Let's go push this poor guy. I remember when Herbers were amazing. I go left, you go right. It seems alright so far. Okay, game number 3. Now, I don't know whether or not we cab people still or we take guns still, because it doesn't seem particularly great at either, to be honest. But we'll try to cab in the other team this time. Okay, this guy's got me nervous. Scope. What happened to him? Oh, Ratchet. Okay, them will take his guns. Wow. So one of the few times a Ratchet's tank being hit by anything. Team, we need to help. What the hell is that? Okay, you're a king mine, so watch out for his reload. That is absolutely crazy. This really does feel like I'm hitting, but it's not doing anything. Oh look, an actual good gun. Spin loop. Thank you, sir. Guys, if you could kill this guy, man, we do it. 100 damage, Jesus. Thank you. Oh, right, this video is going to turn into a bit of a slog, I can feel, because I'm game number 4 and I feel like I've been playing these guns for an hour. So yeah, I think we'll just try and play it like a regular scope that just doesn't hit nearly as hard. That would have popped. Pop. Okay. Oh god, Louis off a map, you idiot. Okay, maybe we will shoot a carbon. Oh, I didn't even see that guy. What are you? Okay, that's scary. There's not a whole lot to say, to be honest. It just doesn't do that much. Okay, a few more games left then. But yeah, these guns, just I don't think they know what they want to be, to be honest. Because they're not scorpions. They don't have the pen, they don't have the damage to be, like, to play it like a scorpion. And the perk synergizes with shooting carbine, but they deal so little damage that shooting carbine just isn't viable. I mean, bear in mind, these things do 400 damage base. 200 each, that's really, really low. Oh, terrible for leave the game. I hate those guns so much. Like, I have to aim, he doesn't really. Oh my god, finally it actually felt like it did something. You shoot them in the back, right? Fine. Okay, last game for the CHARONs. Yeah, I gotta say, not a particularly great gun. The only time I can see these things being worthwhile is in, say, a Clan Wars environment where you're up against like a really like a heavy team, for example, like a team of spiders or a team of meat grinders. If you know you're up against those types of guys, then you can basically farm them using your range, and then the perk will come in useful. What in the world is going on here? But honestly, besides that, I just don't see a use for it, especially definitely not like PvP. Oh my god, this would be... I would be doing so much more important. Just die! Do some damage, you silly guns. Everyone dead? Yep, seems so. Oh, this thing just can't. Just kill him. Okay, last game. Gotta say, this has turned into more of a slog than I thought it would. Figured a battle pass item would be a lot stronger. Not that there should be, I just, you know, by experience, let's just say. Let's get a problem. Okay. What are you doing, mate? How much do you want one guy dead? How much do they want one guy dead? Well, still alive, guys. God, these guns feel so bad. You're still shooting at me. You got a dog? Okay. Hey, yes, these guns are pretty bad, if I'm honest. Their biggest problem is that they don't really know what they want to be. I mean, you can't use it as a Scorpion because it doesn't have the damage and it doesn't have the pen, so you're not going to get the pops and the frames like you do on Scopes. And then you can't, if you do use like a Scorpion, you're basically wasting its perk because a perk does carbon damage, which you're not shooting at. If you do decide to focus carbons, then again, you've got really low damage. It's only 460 on a Jackie. That's incredibly low. So you're going to spend ages carving like pretty much anything, to be honest. So yeah, these guns are pretty bad, guys. I would not recommend buying them or using them in pretty much anything. The only situation actually where I can think of them being decent and or even good would be in a Clan Wars type format where you know you're going up against a team of heavies. Because a team of heavy MLs or meat grinders will stay together, they'll move as one big blob. And in that situation, you should be able to stack the perk of the Sharons and make use of it quite a bit for your teammates. But even then, that's a huge risk because anyone who has played Clan Wars will know teams very rarely stay the same comp for multiple rounds. There's so many benefits in switching after every round that most teams do it. So yeah, I can't see the Sharons being useful, to be honest. They really do need a damage buff, in my opinion, because it is really low. You just shoot at people for like 5 minutes, it feels like sometimes, and nothing is really happening, to be honest. And the worst part is that if you have Scorpions and then you play the Sharons, you know certain shots will have like popped him on a scope and then it hasn't done anything or hasn't done as much on a Sharon. You haven't got the pop, and that's really, really frustrating when you're playing these guns because you know how good it can be for landing that shot, you know. But anyway, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, guys. Like I said, I would not recommend getting these or spending the like does or whatever is on them. Personally, I just don't see the use of them at the moment. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you for tomorrow's video.